This is an alternative energy and propulsion device. These are things that have existed all the way back into the 60s. But the one that they call the Tic Tac here off the coast of San Diego, the white one, looked very much like this. These have been made by the Lockheed Skunk Works. And my favorite letter of all time, the head of the Lockheed Skunk Works, Ben Rich, look at the date on it, 1986. It was an answer to a letter someone wrote and says, are these UFOs man-made or extraterrestrial? He says, many of our man-made UFOs are really unfunded opportunities.
Our shorthand for it is Tic Tac. We have these little white oblong mints, and that's exactly what it looked like, except it was traveling very fast and very erratically, and we couldn't anticipate which way it was going to turn, or couldn't understand how it was maneuvering the way that it was, or the propulsion system it didn't have. In that moment I was certainly confused. I didn't have a way to classify it or to explain the physics behind it.
I went to the Madison building of the United States Library of Congress. There was no one in the building at that time. It was brand new. I was directed to a basement office where there were two guards at the door and a third sitting at the table who took my identification, verified that I'd been designated as a special consultant to the Congressional Research Service of the United States Library of Congress, and was admitted to the room. I thereupon found photographs, some dozen photographs, of what is unquestionably an unidentified flying object on the ground.
Of one document related to one of these ongoing topics, which I saw while in office serving on the State Federal Relations and Veterans Affairs Committee. The document I saw was an official brief to President Eisenhower. To the best of my memory, this brief was pervaded with a sense of hope, and it informed President Eisenhower of the continued presence of extraterrestrial beings here in the United States of America. The brief seemed to indicate that a meeting between the President and some of these visitors could be arranged.
When the crash occurred in Roswell in 1947, the base commander, what was then the Army Air Force base, put out a press release that they had recovered a saucer, and that was in the local press. Later that same day, his boss put out another press release saying, no, it was a balloon. It was a weather balloon. And the first report was not correct. The first report was the truth. The second report was a lie. The lie has become the official stand of the United States that hasn't told the truth on anything of significance since July 4th, 1947.